After conducting research into existing R&B magazines, I was able to identify the various conventions which I am now able to compare with my own R&B music magazine. Firstly, when deciding on the title of my music magazine, I was able to research and look at various existing mastheads to see how they differ from one another and what makes them work well with the particular magazine that they are on. When looking at Vibe magazine, a popular and well-known R&B magazine, I was able to see that their masthead is bold and therefore outstanding from the rest of the text on the front cover. It is also a title that relates to the genre of the magazine, so when you read it, you immediately know that it is a music magazine. As well as just looking at the name used for the masthead, I also looked at the elements of the masthead, for example, the font, size, colour, and its positioning on the front page. In this particular magazine, the font used is sans serif, enabling it to grab the attention of readers and look bold, loud and vibrant, linking to the fact that it is a music magazine. The lettering is all in capitals, denoting that it is an important feature. The colouring of the title can vary from issue to issue with Vibe magazine. Normally they tend to stick with a dark but vibrant colour such as red, white or black. The masthead is also positioned behind the head of the artist featured on the front of the magazine, making them the other main feature of the cover and also to make the title more intriguing to look at, as part of it is covered up. When thinking of the title for my own R&B music magazine, I had to think about all of the aspects mentioned, so that my magazine title was the best it could be. When thinking of initial ideas for my title, I was able to come up with a few that I felt would work well and fit into my chosen genre. To help me with this part, I decided to research the definition of R&B, coming across synonyms that would hopefully spark off some ideas. I then decided that I would create a tally chart with my final chosen names on to give to my target audience to gain feedback on which title they think would be the best suited for my magazine. The most popular name was Turn It Up, therefore becoming the final title for my magazine. Once I had the name, I then needed to consider the elements as mentioned before, such as Vibe magazine, Q, NME and various others. I decided that I would also make the font of my title sans serif to look more appealing for a music magazine. I then had to decide on a suitable colour scheme to fit my magazine genre, and also one that I would be able to continue throughout to keep a consistent house style throughout my magazine. To help me do this, I looked at existing colour schemes of magazines already on the market in the R&B genre. I came across the idea that most magazines select colours from their main image and use them for certain elements across the front page, such as for the main text headings or design elements. Therefore, with my own magazine, I decided to find suitable colours for my main image, which I could manipulate and use for the colour of my text and some design features. The main colours throughout my magazine are blue, green, white and black. I feel that these colours work well together and also display a sense of the genre. The language used for the cover lines, taking into account my young target audience consisting of 14 to 28 year olds, is simple yet will grab your attention and is descriptive of the contents enough for you to know what is included, but not too much to distract the eye away from the main image, and also not too much that the front page looks too overloaded with information. On existing magazines, I have been able to use particular language devices which make the magazine more appealing to its target audience. For example, they can use the rule of thirds, rhetorical questions to engage the reader, and even alliteration. The language used for my own cover lines is left to quite a minimal and mainly use short and snappy sentences that got straight to the point and were not too descriptive, although they are informative to my readers. I also included phrases such as exclusive and top 10 to highlight key and important features of the contents of my magazine. I also took into account the use of punctuation on music magazines, such as the use of exclamation marks. I then included this onto my own magazine. I also made sure that the names mentioned on the front of my magazine were also mentioned again within my contents page to keep up my consistent house style. A consistent house style is key within all magazines, so that the reader knows the exact magazine identity through the whole of it. This is shown by colour scheme, layout, fonts, font sizes, images and other design elements. To maintain this house style within my own magazine, like Vibe magazine, I made sure I had the same artist featured on all three pieces. Finally, we look at the layout of the magazine. After conducting research into different types of layouts used for both front page, contents page and double page spreads in magazines, I was successfully able to use these examples in helping me decide on the layout of my own magazine. I found that on the front page of the majority of magazines, there is a near enough equal amount of cover lines on each side, so that it doesn't make the magazine look top heavy or too overcrowded in one particular area, and that also the image took up the majority of the front page, with a masthead placed at the top of the page and barcode at one side or the bottom of the page. The layout of the contents page in most music magazines is in a number of either 1, 2 or 3 columns, with 1 to 3 images used to surround the contents, enabling there to be enough room for the contents of the contents page and for the title of the page. Having one image on the contents page makes it look less busy, but also enables there to be more room for the eye to focus on the main image and the main features.